I guess so.
Follow.
There you go.
Bop wanna hug pregnant woman.
Okay.
I
Why
just
would
started
you
the recording, so that's the
Why
first
would
thing
you
you picked up.
describe it that way? Oh.
Because I'm tired and I didn't think of anything, and then I realized how bad it sounds afterward.
Jesus Christ.
I just
Oh my
like
God.
Plobob just
Oh,
used to
God.
big family, I guess.
Plaba
Yeah.
wanna hug pregnant woman.
Did you say that? I hope you didn't say that out loud.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't. I was just saying that for you all. Then I realized how bad it sounded.
I'm going to hug
Jesus.
pregnant woman.
Okay. So
That's horrible.
Plobob will come with me. And then who else is going to the temple? Yosef?
Yeah. Yosef is gonna go with you guys. He's gonna kind of like stay out of the medical area though.
Okay.
He's not sticking in the weird area, but
Well then we'll split up then. Bjorn and Bacian, we will meet you guys where you guys want to meet.
Great value blueberries.
Guess we can just meet.
Yeah, we can meet at the wagon, yeah.
Yeah, seems alright.
Alright. So we'll split for now. We will walk towards the temple. Me, Plobob, and Yosef.
Before you leave, just like tell everybody I said hi though.
He just like puts his hand up and nods. So, Cody, do we arrive at the temple?
Hey, can we turn on
yes,
some
you would
music?
arrive at the temple. Yes, we can. This wind is probably getting annoying, isn't it?
Well, music also builds energy and tension.
It does. If I can.
Guys spitting straight facts. Swear to God, if you turn on the portal theme. Is
Is there music playing right now or no? It's like
No,
I
because
can't
I
hear
just
it.
stopped it.
Okay, I couldn't hear anything before. That's why I was asking.
Probably just the wind.
It's probably just the
What's 35 minus 11?
34.
34?
Yeah, it's 24.
Go, this is pause. I've just enough. Let's go. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Da-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Okay.
So
Is that good? Is that good music?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah, I
it.
like
Yeah, I
that.
can hear it.
Yeah,
Very
it's...
religious.
I was like Mark Arth. So do we get to the temple, the three of us?
Yes, you'd be able to get to the temple.
Do we have to is there a guard or something to like go in and like find her?
There are no guards at this temple specifically. The only thing close to guards is the fact that some adventurers stay here for a time as a place of peace. Some of them praying for families and asking for blessing of those that cannot be with them at this current time. Others here in hopes of having one's ability to even have kids be given back to them. There's a lot of folk here of different walks of life, all of which, I guess, to some degree connect to that of family. Wanting for various reasons.
I think Leonelis would see that praying and would think back to the swamp and be somewhat uncomfortable praying. So he's not going to this time.
Plobob prays that everybody feels good and is happy.
Okay.
And everything works out well. That's it.
Plobob, how are you praying this?
Plobob does like, I guess like 2 fingers to his forehead, kind of. Like, I kind of cover the eye, kind of thing, similar to that, and just, like, mumbles, like, I hope everybody's doing good home. I hope everybody feels good and isn't in pain. I hope everybody stays safe.
Guy about to do instant transmission.
Bjorn, you
No,
weren't
no,
following
like when
me
you
there.
close somebody's eyes, something like
I'm
that.
Ah. Oh, that's an
So,
interesting
but
idea.
instead, the fingers are together and, like, right beneath the eyebrows.
Okay, interesting.
It's kind of like close the third eye or open it, stuff like that. It's very spiritual stuff.
Okay. Understandable.
So I guess I'll just keep on walking. I'm gonna keep walking, and is Plobob like praying or is he following with me?
He's
I know
gonna
Yosef
stay and
outside.
just kind of pray for a bit, thinking
Okay.
about home. Starts like, I hope Uncle Blank is doing good,
Okay.
and so he's gonna be here for a bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll go to Hefkla on my own then.
I will say, Plobob, you haven't ever heard of the deity that they talk about here, but you do feel a sense of safety within the walls, comfort.
Plobob says, "Oh, God's good, even the ones that people say are nasty, because some people are just misunderstood."
Fair enough.
So I'm
You're
gonna.
wholesome, aren't you?
I guess I'm gonna go to
Plobob was
Hefkla's.
like-
Does she have like a room or?
She would have her own private room.
Okay, so
You didn't
go to,
even have to pay anything out of pocket for people to take care of her here. She has been well taken care of. Proper meals being delivered. Sponge bath.
Sponge
Gotta
boy.
make sure she's relaxed.
Boy, me Bob.
They have their own area of the hot springs that specifically they use for relaxation and the minerals in the water. They say help out with the body for collection of. Hefkla's been taken care of very well.
That's good. Okay.
She has been fairly bedridden with how they take care of her, though, not wanting her to move around.
Yeah.
Kind of just relax. Her room is, albeit quite far back into the temple, it is getting the exact same care as any other room in the place. Kept immaculate, decorated beautifully, and watched over consistently.
When's the last time that I saw her?
Probably. Yeah. Closet door just opened by itself. I hate when it does that. Hold on, as I'm trying to prop my door. Freak out. Crap. I hate when it does that. Ugh. Okay. That was weird too, because it like swung all the way open. That doesn't happen. Anyways. Right. What did you just ask me? What was the last time you saw her?
Yeah, when's the last time I've seen her?
I would say, obviously, knowing the way your character is, you'd probably visit her at least twice a week.
Okay.
That's what I would assume, anyways. How often would you like to see her?
Well, I'm trying to think of what would actually make sense if he's sitting, if he's helping with the house a lot.
That's true.
At least once a week.
I'd say probably about once a week.
I'd say probably then this is your visit
So this-
for the week. You haven't seen her.
Yeah,
since
it's been
maybe,
it's
Wednesday.
yeah, it's been like about a week or so since last time I saw her.
Okay.
So he's walking. He's still got his like cold gear on, so he's got like his cloak on, his like little face covering, his gloves. He's gonna find. I guess I would know where it is, I suppose.
Yeah.
So goes up and just knocks on the door.
Knocking onto the door frame and kind of peering your head in. Hefkla is currently sleeping. There are like 3 other priests inside of the room, one of which holding an incense kind of burning thing, and the other 2 you can see are putting hot stones onto Hefkla's back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open the door and then just like close it behind me. Not too hard, obviously. I'm not gonna slam the door. And then I'll just take a seat, take my face covering down.
It's quite warm in the building, as it is again built on top of a hot spring.
Yeah.
So
I'll take my gloves off and like little cloak and like fold it up next to me on the floor. So I'm basically just sitting there in my under, like not my like my under armor, and then like the outer layer of my armor, it's like the chest panel and stuff.
Yeah. This has probably been the warmest place you've been to since the 4th.
So the second warmest place ever.
Pretty much. Yeah, I guess so. It's not close to it, but it's like still like it's like sauna weather or sauna temperature in most of the rooms.
So, do the priests just ignore me, or do they kind of like?
Some of the priests are going to go ahead and give you like a nod and stuff. And they acknowledge that you exist.
Yeah, okay, they know.
Obviously. None of them carry weapons at all. I will mention. They're not that kind of like monk or priest style of thing. One of the priests will walk up. Hello, child. I see you have come back again.
Yeah, couldn't get any progress really, so I figured I might as well come back to town.
I'd say
How's she
Hefkla is
doing?
coming along quite well. Very fine.
And any updates?
Not much really. Going along, of course. The highest thing in our care is that we know for a fact that your children will be healthy.
Can you determine anything with them quite yet? Like, I don't know if you guys have anybody that does the magic switch in case you sense their thoughts or
We
feelings.
have concurred what they will be, if you would like to know. Of course, like the surprise.
Is she asleep?
She is asleep, yes.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them.
$2.
No. Okay.
I hope this is joyful news.
No, yeah, as long as they're healthy.
Good. Well, my child, is there anything else that I can do for you?
No, as long as she's taken care of, I'm alright.
May Ferna bless. And the priest would walk off. That would be daughter Avony, that you would have spoken to.
He just kind of nods and kind of then turns his attention back to what's happening.
The other priests that were in the room are stepping out of the room now. Each of them would give you a nod and kind of a bow thing. They would interlock their fingers and stick them over their stomach if it's a female priest, or over their heart if it's a male, and kind of give a little bow and walk.
I'm just gonna, he nods at them as well.
they would walk off, and the door to the room is left open.
He kind of like leans his head in his chair and then sits there for a little while, and he's like, $2. It's gonna be a lot of work. It's kind of, I don't know, he would be like speaking to Hefkla, but more open air kind of speaking.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looks, I'm gonna actually do perception and look out the door since they left it open. 22.
What precisely are you looking for?
Just kind of like checking on like the other priests and how people are just are around here.
There's not like a ton to specifically be like eavesdropping in on. You can hear occasionally the crying of a child down the hallway, as they also do deliveries here. You know, of course, if with people being pregnant and all, they will help deliver the baby. A lot of the priests, being a place of a fertility goddess, most of the women priests are dressed in, I guess would be very thin clothing, I guess is the best way of putting it. Very, like,
Scandalous.
Borderline scandalous. Enough to cover up, but enough to show. A lot of female priests around here have tattoos and stuff around their stomachs, and I guess above the groin area. And a lot of the males have a specific tattoo, a droplet above their hearts, and other tattoos are LE2. Everybody around here seems very, very peaceful. Ever since you've been here, it hasn't ever seemed like anything wrong or really like too religiously pressing has happened. It's a very accepting place. Plobob, you specifically have noticed that there are goblins that will occasionally walk around the place, as well. So it's not like it's especially marked against anybody either.
Yay! Bob is halfway through his list. Maybe.
Hefkla's room specifically has, what's the best way of putting this? Is like a large bed with Hefkla placed in the center. A very soft fabric feel happening with it. And it would have a lot of these very pretty draperies around it as well.
Kind of go over and like, is there like kind of a table or?
Mm-hmm.
Is there stuff on the table?
Not really, no. They do have open tables here. They always have at least one open table in case there needs to be some kind of delivery done.
Alright, well, I suppose I'll sit down and just kind of wait till she wakes up.
What is everybody else doing, if I may ask? I know Plobob is getting through their list.
I'm just imagining that Bacian and Bjorn are just outside, like leaned up against a wall, just like awkward silence between the two of them, because they're like the two non-talking personalities of the group.
That's fair.
I thought Bjorn was gonna just avoid the temple altogether.
He did. But they're at the wagon, I think, right?
Yeah. we're just kind of guarding the wagon. We're security for the wagon.
Yosef's outside.
Don't want any pesky thieves to steal our wagon.
That's fair.
Magically, a priest rolls a nat 20 on perception. Run, Bjorn.
Oh no. Bjorn,
Explodes.
you don't. Okay, Bjorn, I know one of your things is you want to get your soul back, and being a vampire does also cause you specifically not be able to have children. Which I don't think is really a massive concern for you, but
It's a little bit of a concern.
Oh, a question.
answer.
Do you have your own unique backstory for how vampires were made? Or do
I
you go
do.
for the Forgotten Realms one?
I don't go Forgotten Realms. I have my own unique stuff for them.
Okay. Because, yeah, I was like, it kind of makes sense, because the entire thing was a vampire was, like, the original vampire, and the Forgotten Realms was a man who survived a succubus, so...
Like, that's funny and all.
That is
no.
literally...
I know it is.
Yeah,
I've read it. Plenty of times. In here specifically, it is a bit different. I'm still getting all the writing done for it, but yeah. Not quite an easy situation. Should be.
Actually, now that I think about it, where's Frix at? She have a room or
Frix does not have a room, no.
where's she staying? all the time?
While she does check in here occasionally, she's not a big fan of going into priests and churches and temples and stuff. Like, places of that sort.
Ooh,
She
what a
tends to
thought.
avoid. She does occasionally go inside, but she doesn't stay for long. She's mentioned something about her dad probably not liking it very much. She just stays away from it. The goddess specifically is Ferda, which is...
But if I walk into that temple, it's going to be very, very awkward. For me, probably the god involved, and the priests and priestesses.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, they seem accepting.
They're very accepting. And it's not the kind of temple that's going to burn you upon walking in, so don't worry about it.
Ah!
For
Burn it! Burn it at the stake!
It'd be really awkward for Bacian to go into that specific temple.
Oh my gosh. I guess so. Be a good way
Having,
for him to learn about stuff and everything, but yeah.
Madam, can you please teach me the ways?
Oh my god.
I mean, Plobob doesn't really understand. He just thinks this is a place about just family.
I mean, to a degree, it is primarily about family.
Yeah, but like this one also has a bit of extra things.
Well, it's more or less
Plobob
just
doesn't
like
understand that.
it's not like a
Well, yeah, I
waffle
know.
or anything.
But like he doesn't really truly understand the concept of birth. So
Oh, fair,
I'll
fair,
be
fair.
right back. I need to go grab a water.
Okay.
my fan is overheating.
That's not good.
Is it gonna pull a post and explode?
As long as it doesn't blow up like
post-
Ronin's.
I was running.
Dude,
Yeah, oh, God.
yeah, man, he was bleeding so bad from that. Literally internal bleeding from getting a freaking sliver between his rib. Wild stuff.
Bad.
Very bad. Okay. Well, unless nobody else is doing anything, so. Over time, Leo,
Yeah.
Yosef would kind of enter the room and set down the food that he had gotten for Hefkla and prepped last night. And kind of gives you like a smile and a little wave, keeping quiet in the room. And then he'd step back out. after giving you one of his signature thumbs ups, like it's going good. Step out of the room.
I guess I'll pull up a chair that's to the bedside, so I'm not just like sitting across from her. So at least like relatively close.
A lot of her scars and things that she had are strangely a bit healed, as she spent a long time here. Her main ones are still there, but a lot of the smaller ones have faded more than they were. She has a peaceful look on her face as she's sleeping there. Not really dressed in her usual fur armor and garbs. Her axe and things set aside, rather than with her. She is dressed not in the same stuff as the priests, but she does have a long silken robe kind of deal going on.
So she's on her stomach?
She was on her stomach. She is not anymore. There seems to be a bit of a dip in the bed on one side, specifically for laying one on their stomach when this is happening. That way you can lay there comfortably without squishing anything.
He just kind of like, I guess, silently like will reach out and like grab her hand with his hand. He's looking like, I mean, he's looking a little rough, to be fair. I'd like to paint the picture here, like the duality of like he's normally the one that's kind of clean and like, you know, this like clean shaven elf versus like this tall like scarred orc is now the duality of like she's now nice and cleaned up and he's got like a, I like to call it a working man's beard, like guy doesn't have enough time to shave.
Right.
He's got kind of like his hair is just kind of like matted and it's getting a little longer, but not in like the correct way.
Right.
And he's kind of just like sitting there in his clothes he's been wearing for a couple days.
Yeah.
He's been working like, you know, he's working like 15 hours a day on this house, sleeping and then waking up, working back on the house again because he's like worried that if he doesn't finish it in time, he's like, where are they gonna sleep, kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
So he got dark circles under his eyes. He's looking like an older man.
Yeah. Daughter Avony went into the room behind you. Kind of stepped along the side.
I'll just kind of like glance at her.
You know, even a father of one can, or two, can always find time to rest within our walls as well. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm alright. Just haven't got the chance to, really just relax, but I'm alright right now.
How is all of your work coming along?
I mean, it's going well as we could hope. It's rough with the weather and the cold, but everybody's working hard to try and get everything finished. We've at least got a place to sleep now, which is better than the tents we were perched up in when we first got there.
Oh, that is good to hear. Is there any blessings that need to be bestowed upon your house? Or have you not gotten around to making such rooms yet?
I don't know if it's the type of house that can really benefit from a blessing.
I see. Well, you and your wife are always welcome here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I have come in to very quickly just check on you and Hefkla. think you're going to find this to be a lot less stressful once things finally arrive.
Yeah, but I don't know how I'm gonna raise two girls. I don't know if it's gonna get easier for me. At least it'll be easier on her.
Well, if you ever need help, we can help make it easier on both of you. We can offer our assistance and have time. Berta provides, after all sons and daughters.
Yeah.
Well, I won't bother you any longer.
It's alright.
Prefer to be with you, Leonelis. And
Thank
daughter
you.
Avani would step out of the room again. I'll be making artwork for daughter Avani later.
As he's kind of sitting there, he's like kind of thinking about why he feels so uncomfortable with like the idea of like religious things, as he didn't really feel like that before. Like, I think it's maybe the proof that kind of makes him a little uncomfortable. The fact that they were so willing to help him. Then
Yeah,
he
I
feels
guess
like he like is worth that, like, yeah, now he now he owes something.
That makes sense.
So he'll kind of think like, if you think about if he's got a patron god or not. Kind of realize he doesn't. Can think about like Bjorn and how he prays to his god, and they're so devoted to their god here.
Oh, we just lost Ben.
Yeah, we did love it. I thought it would have been Brayden.
Didn't text anything, did he? No.
No, may have been an internet disconnection. Could have been a battery dying as well.
It's true.
We'll see. Just continue. I'm sure he'll rejoin.
Yeah.
Or at least send us something.
Yeah.
Finally, kind of snap back into like place where he is and look back at Hefkla. What time of the day would it have been, by the way?
If you guys left, yeah, probably midday. You guys would have arrived. It's not a horrible distance.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was an internet outage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll kind of be like a little disappointed because he was hoping to like talk to her, but I'll kind of like let go of her hand, stand and be like, "I'll be right back," and then walk out of the room. Look around for Plobob.
Well, he's not here right now, so that's
Yeah,
not as doable. at the current
He's
moment.
still
just
Still-
still praying.
praying for his uncles. He's got a lot to go through.
Got a lot of uncles.
Not uncle.
That, or because you can't find him, he's wandering around getting into trouble like normal.
That wouldn't surprise me. There are statues of the patron, if anybody's interested.
Huh. Well, I'm not in there, so I won't
Can I just walk around, or
Yeah,
like,
you
the
can walk
temple?
around.
Yeah, I'll just walk around. Can I do a religion check kind of on some of the busts and some of the
Yeah.
artwork and stuff?
I'll metagame and ask what they're about.
16.
That's fair. A lot of the statues you would see of Ferda are either it's a hard difference between whether Ferda is male or female, as they have a bit of features of both. But there are a few features that are consistent amongst all of the different depictions and statues.
Okay.
A lot of them have no features upon the face, except for a blindfold that goes over the eyes, which, if you want to make a religion check with advantage, considering you've been around here a lot, you can try and figure out what exactly that means with the statue.
23.
23. You've heard multiple priests say that Ferda's care and, I guess, like, condition is blind, as in it is welcome to all. There is no mouth on Ferda either. It is kind of sealed over. That one is to signify that, I guess it's not her will is not something that needs to be prayed to or spoken to all the time. It is more just as it is an instinct to do such things to make the child. It is her instinct to take care of all of her children, sons and daughters. I'm saying hers because that's what she's referred to.
Yeah.
But again, it's not very clear.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep on walking, I suppose. I'll do a perception, but just a general perception as well. 14.
Okay. No perception. There is one of the orcs that Hefkla has made friends with since she got into Varnloft, wondering about.
What's their name?
This orc, let me go ahead and find her name real quick. This would be Vargren, which I will type in chat. Vargren.
Is it a guy or a girl?
It is a girl.
So is she like another person at the temple?
Yes. She is not a priest. She does walk around the temple quite a lot. She was kind of shunned out of her tribe after they found that she was infertile. She has lived in Varnloft since. As she wasn't much of a fighter, she couldn't pose much use to the tribe anymore. So she has taken her time kind of living in Varnloft and occasionally praying at the temple to see if she should be able to find anything that could allow her back into her tribe, although she's for the most part given up on joining back.
Damn.
She's made good friends with Hefkla and checks up on her to give the others updates when they're not about helping.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Can you get a little closer to the mic? It's hard to hear.
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and adjust this little button here. Bop, bop. I should be louder.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry about that. That was all audible, yes?
Oh, it was absolutely audible. It was just kind of quiet.
Okay.
It was very relaxing, though. This is very relaxing to listen to.
It is relaxing. I'm glad I found this track. This was like one of the few free audio tracks on here that they had that weren't scary temple. So
Sounds like the Alderaan music from the Old Republic.
Huh. I haven't listened to that, so I don't know about this.
That is very accurate.
I'm trying to think of like what I should do because I'm kind of just like loitering until she's awake.
That's fair. Well, I hope everything is atmospheric and is going well. For improv, this is probably one of my better off made things.
No, yeah, the temple is cool. It just feels like uncomfortable in there. So like by proxy, I kind of feel uncomfortable in there.
Gotcha.
He's like, this is kind of like a woman place. I don't know if I should like just be loitering around in here. Especially because he's just like this gruffy, like sad-looking dude.
It's like he hasn't had a good bath and
Yeah, he hasn't had a good day in like a hot minute.
Telling me that every time you don't see Hefkla, it's not a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, you mean every day he's working like 14, 15 hour building a house day? He's not having a good day? What a shocker.
So you're telling me even when you go see Hefkla, you're not having a good day?
He's not having a good day right now, she's asleep.
Maybe we should go back to house building simulator.
Yeah, he's also a little like still stressed about like the house itself.
Well, with the
He's
current
making good
situation,
progress, but you know, like.
I have the frame pretty much done.
But I mean, dude, she's like, there will be children soon.
Maybe we should double time it on this fucking.
Overtime that.
That Bjorn worked through the night, dude.
Yeah. Cody,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the room, I guess. I don't.
Okay. Alrighty. Works for me.
Yes, I guess I will inspect the food that Josef left her, I suppose.
What are you expecting? I missed part of that.
The food that Josef left her.
It's pretty much the equivalent of like a honey glazed ham with a sweet berry glazed instead of honey. And not alcohol, but like a oh crap.
Alcohol substance.
I don't even know what to call it. It's not. It's like a fruity drink, I guess. Is the best way of like putting it, I guess.
Juice.
Yeah, juice. It's not wine, but it's like a tart
Like it's
juice.
it's like that grape juice you buy at their Walmart or Kroger that's in like a wine bottle.
Oh, yeah. It's like the stuff you get from the dollar store that are fancy. Like the fizzy juices.
Z juice. I don't think I've ever had a fizzy juice that isn't a soda. Or maybe I just don't get to the dollar store.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of loitering. Just
Yeah, okay, sorry.
maybe
She wakes up.
maybe she'll wake up. Yeah.
Magically, she is awoken.
The
Heading
gods
back.
are-
Yeah. Heading back to the room, she is stirred a bit. She's rolled over. Just kind of got her arm over her eyes as she's laying there. Laying on her back. And somebody knocking on my door. Ah! Love.
So, But I'll knock again this time because I feel like he probably knocks every time he comes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'll get it real quick. Sorry.
He's good.
Okay.
So you come when you enter?
And
Bacian is currently thinking about the great mysteries of the universe.
Bjorn does what any man with great muscle does.
Flex.
Relax. No. He's rather intelligent, so he just starts doing fucking rocket science for fun.
Ah, very fun. Very sick, very swag.
Gonna figure out a way how to leave planet's orbit.
Key. Inner peace. That's a beat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, is Jake here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Alright. So blah, blah, blah.
The woman, the myth, the legend. Hefkla has.
Yeah, so I'm standing in the doorway, and I noticed that she kind of stirred, so I'll knock on the door again.
She'd move her arm and look at you and see a big old smile go on her face. And kind of look in your direction.
So I'm assuming he left the chair there too, so it's kind of
Yeah.
obvious that he's already been here. Yeah. So I go back over and then sit back down on the chair.
Hello, love.
Seem to be looking good.
You know what is. Taking
Who would've
care of me
thought?
quite well.
Yeah, who would have thought that big, strong orc raider sitting in here in this silk dress with these drapes?
Hey. Listen,
Yeah.
you know, it's been a change for both of us.
Yeah. he He like leans back and he's like, "Oh yeah, can't you tell?" And he's like touching inside his face. There's like this like sad little beard going on.
It's funny seeing him scruff to your face.
Oh yeah. Being a father has changed me for the better.
Sure it has.
Yosef brought you to kind of reach over and grab the food and give it to her.
Oh, bless him.
He passed out making it, so I don't know how good it is, but
Oh, I'm sure I'll appreciate it either way. It's probably going to be a lot better tasting than the food they have around here. But tell him I appreciate it.
yeah.
Has the house been coming along well?
Well, as well as we can during the day when it's snowing all the time.
Hello. Huh? Good night, then.
So
19 minutes.
I
Gotcha.
don't know, did they tell you about the
Yes.
children, or have they not revealed that yet to you?
I'll get it off, Dad. Will do.
Oh, he's gone again.
Alright, I'm back. I did hear part of that.
I just was asking, like, they revealed the gender of the children to her yet?
They have not revealed that to her yet. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do.
Are you keeping it a secret? Do you want the surprise?
I figured maybe I'd just keep it a surprise for me. I'm sure, knowing you, you've already found out.
Yes. You know, I can't wait on something.
Yeah. Always so impatient.
Bacian and Bjorn are here too. They're just, they didn't want to come in.
I understand.
How's Frix been? I haven't seen her here yet.
She's been okay. She has a hard
She's doing
time
well?
being in a place like this.
Oh, I see.
Just, not really her style of building.
It didn't seem like it.
How's the little one doing?
What, Plobob?
Of course.
He's, I mean, it's about what you imagine. Every tile and stone has to be placed just according. So it's taking us double time to get through all that, but
Well, sure he's doing his best to help.
I suppose so.
He does know his rocks quite well.
I mean, he knows his rocks very well. A little too well, actually, I think. And, I don't think he realizes that those aren't really rocks, they're just shingles.
Well, either way, it's nice for him trying. And,
Gale stayed behind too. Gale stayed behind too. He'd said he'd been documenting while he was here.
Yeah, he has been quite busy with all of that.
Oh, what? I'm not sure.
Well, documenting birth of half-orc, half-elf child,
Don't forget the human and the giant too.
Yeah, of course. Just, writing down food and making sure that everything's safe. can't wait to come home and be able to finally see all the hard work you've put in.
Yeah. Hoping by the time you can come home, it's actually a home to come home to. So.
I know how hard you've been working.
Just a hole in the ground right now.
No, it'll be our little hole in the ground.
Yeah. I'm sure that you're not enjoying them not letting you move around.
I guess to a degree. There is some comfort in it, though.
I mean,
I don't have to do anything. And she kind of stays stretching and, like, putting her arms behind her head, relaxing. Maybe for a little bit you don't have to either. She say, kind of like, grabbing your hand with her hand.
He just like takes it with like tired eyes. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I get too complacent, then I'll never want to go back and finish it.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, there's not much I can really do here, but if there is anything I can do, just say the word.
He kind of like gives her a little smirk. He just smiles at her and he's like, yeah. He stands back up. And he's like, how's your orc friends? Some come in and talk to you? Or do they have her bedridden too?
Vargren's not really anything. But, she comes in and she checks on me. And it's just usual Vargren. Gargi is spending a lot of time in the tavern, making sure that, there'll be an open room whenever you guys are in town.
Right.
Putting some of their own funds and everything towards keeping you guys well off if you need to stay in town anytime.
Yeah.
And,
I just don't like all these people worrying about us.
They're more worried about me than you, my friend.
Yeah. Although it feels like I'm the one that needs to pay them back for that.
I don't need to pay them back anything. It's all of the kindness of their hearts, surprisingly.
That's what scares me the most.
Is that it's out of kindness.
No, out of the kindness of their hearts. It's one of the things I can't look in and understand.
Well, maybe you should start trying.
I found it hard to be nice to people.
Alrighty. If you ever feel like bringing that kindness that you showed me, brought me into your life to somebody else, then...
It's a little different.
Well, you know what I mean.
It's actually a lot different.
Well... I don't want to keep you too long if you've got things you need to do, but,
I've got nothing to do.
Well...
This is the one day where I don't hang up wood beams and cold shingles.
Well, then can I borrow you for a bit?
I suppose so. Check my schedule as he like flips through an imaginary notepad.
Hefkla would kind of like do the little like finger come hither thing, kind of like do that to try and draw you in.
And he like puts up his finger and like reaches back behind him, closes the door, and then he will.
Yeah, Hefkla would just basically go ahead and pull you over, give you a kiss on the forehead, and hold you tightly. Just lay with you for a bit, I guess.
You go back to Bjorn and Bacian if you want.
Yeah, we'll go back to them.
He's gonna want to move or anything, so sit there.
Yeah. Bjorn and Bacian, what are you guys up to?
Bacian just kind of I'm assuming they've both been sitting at the wagon.
Yeah.
He just kind of turns to Bjorn and he's like, have you actually ever gone on any of these little jaunts with Leo to the city to see Hefkla. Because I'd like to know if we're going to do anything other than sit here the entire day.
I'd say probably neither of you have gone on these, really.
Well, I've been gone 90% of the time, so...
Oh, yeah.
Like Sasuke's.
And Bacian just kind of like stretches out and he's like, well, I'm getting bored already. I'm going to go walk around town. You stay here with the cart. I'll be back when I think you guys will be back.
Mm-hmm. Bjorn kind of like sits up from like the seat of the coach, I guess. Clearly tired.
I was just leaving. I thought you were awake. Were you not awake?
Haven't been awake this entire time.
That doesn't surprise me. That explained the about 3-4 different silent conversations I had with you where you... Never mind. I'm just gonna head into town.
Okay.
Bjorn, do you want to follow him into town, or are you just chilling at the cart?
Yes, I guess I'll watch the cart, because which is more scarier, an empty cart or a cart with a guy with a giant axe?
Fair enough.
Bastian's gonna start walking around. Just kind of
Okay.
strolling.
Strolling.
What is there to see in this lovely city?
Oh, there's plenty of places. There are hot springs, all of which, I mean, there's plenty of places with those, so I don't know why I'm repeating that.
Well, these are the best hot springs.
They are literally the best hot springs in the entirety of Nhildivarian.
They're probably also the only ones.
Yeah, the only hot springs in Nhildivarian. That's why they're the best.
So good. They're so good and exclusive that only we in Nhildivarian know about it.
Is there a lot of foot traffic on the streets right now?
There's a lot of foot traffic around the main gate, which you guys have already kind of like passed by.
Yeah, I figured so. Well, I'm just gonna walk until I'm gonna see if I can find like a hot spring kind of place to go.
There is kind of like a sauna and bathhouse not too far away.
That sounds interesting. Bacian is looking for something to do and to relax him, so he's gonna head that way.
Okay. It's like a silver to enter. It's nothing crazy. And then they have all of the amenities and everything set up there and available to you.
Well, Bacian just kind of walks up. I'm assuming there's like a front doorsman. He just like flicks a... I'm assuming there's like a sign or something that just says like a silver to enter.
Yeah, something like that. It's not even anything like super special. It's just like a what's it called? Like a little like drop box even. So it's like out of Goodwill.
Bacian just kind of flicks a silver coin at the person and like waiting, and he just goes in.
Okay. It's quite empty today. The snow is still falling, not like heavily, but in places. But it melts just before like getting all the way down to the springs. So it's almost as if a tiny simulation of rain kind of deal, as the droplets are melting just before they hit get too close.
Bacian laughs, thinking to himself that this is the first time he's seen actual rain since he left home.
Oh.
Because he's been in... Well, since he just left the last country he was in, taking work, because he's been other places. But, all he's seen the entire time he's been traveling is just snow, so...
Yeah.
He just kind of walks down to the waters and just kind of takes everything off except the loincloth and just sits down and rests.
It's fair.
Deep meditation type shit.
Deep meditation.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. His mind kind of flutters from, you know, the one thought to another, and then a thought pops into his mind that he had almost completely forgotten about. Seeing the hooded figure in the bar, the one that reminded him of the guild he had been kind of running from, and it's just kind of like where once he was like kind of just calm and relaxed, he kind of like snaps him out of it, and now he's just kind of.
Need a perception check from you real quick.
Okay. Fun. Okay, perception. 25. Jesus Christ.
On looking around, Bacian, your eyes spot onto something of a scarlet color. A robe. Not one worn by someone, but one laid upon the side of one of the sauna pools. One of the hot spring pools, I mean.
Bacian does like a double take, just to like make sure he's not like seeing things in like since it is kind of a traumatic thing, he's just making sure he's not seeing things or like paranoid. And upon realizing that no, this is not like a paranoia thing, he kind of slowly reaches for his spade on the edge, and then just kind of like hesitates and just kind of stands up and checks his surroundings, like looking around, like who's in his general vicinity.
Sorry. Yeah.
No problem.
Checking the general vicinity, there's not a ton to see. There's maybe like 3 other people in the entire like area with you. The person that is in the specific spring where the robe is laying is, let me go ahead and double check. If I could freaking find anything. Where are my notes?
Notes and journals and documents.
Yep, I have lots of those.
And trust me, I have a shit ton at this point.
It is what it is. Pretty sure. Okay, it is a oh, it's a human.
It's a human.
It is a human. Upon closer inspection of the cloak, it has a white fur collar around the top of it that wasn't quite visible through the steam before. And it's not nearly as silken as you initially thought. Kind of your mind playing tricks on you looking upon the such a such a trigger of bad memories.
Bacian just kind of realizing that it really was just his mind playing tricks on him. He just kind of he kind of like chuckles at his own paranoia, and just where once he was like sat up, kind of sits back down, but instead of like going back to relaxing, he just kind of starts thinking about, you know, his time spent like running from, you know, this phantom pursuer, like the people in the Red Hood that he felt has been like pursuing him this whole time, and he starts to wonder, like, why am I so scared of them, especially now that, you know, I have people to protect me and a place that I can, for the first time really and ever, call like a permanent home. And he just kind of thinks on that for a second, and then just his eyes fall down to the mask of his father, and he kind of remembers immediately, you know, why he's like worried about the organization, because he's worried that it's either one of two things, both being terrible. One, it's either an organization that his father worked with, or it's an organization that his father worked against, and they're pursuing him now. And just kind of feels like the weight of his father's deeds are like hanging over him. But in that moment, he just kind of calms himself down, takes like a deep breath, and then just kind of I guess like places the mask in the water, and just kind of lets it float to the bottom of the little spring. And then he gets out and grabs his things, and then just like leaves the spring without the mask, by the way. Man.
Okay. Interesting.
And when he gets back out to like the street, it almost feels like a huge weight has been lifted from him that has been weighing him down for, you know, a very long time. And now he just kind of walks back towards the cart and the temple.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut to someone else while all of this is taking place.
Bjorn, what are you doing, buddy?
What?
What are you doing, pal?
What's happening?
I said, what are you doing, my brother?
I'm just chilling at the car.
Right. I forget Bjorn doesn't really do a ton. He just kind of follows orders.
Yeah.
That's okay, though.
I'm being. It's my job to follow the orders. The orders have
That's
been
true.
met. I will clean my axe eternally, for all time. Ow. I'm just sitting there cleaning my axe while I'm in the car.
Okay.
Over the garden wall is pretty cool.
That is cool. Well, personally, I feel like this might be a good place to just stop for the day, as it is late,
Alright.
and it's a good introduction back into things.
Yeah, definitely. I will write the recap real quick.
Okay. How do we all feel about this today?
Very good, very good. It was almost a new beginning for everyone.
Season 2, baby.
Season 2. Season 2.
And I got most of it recorded this time, so I'm quite happy.
So this is it was almost like the first arc was like the running away arc, and now we're on the getting settled arc.
Building simulator arc.
It's fair. Well, I'm quite excited.
Yeah. It was a good session. Very relaxing, very cool, very swag.
Yeah.
Area cash money.
We're definitely going to start off with what the heck Plobob was doing afterwards, by the way, next time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I need to know what that scrunkly little whimsical fellow was up to.
Especially in a temple with a bunch of people around. I'm very excited to see what kind of mischief we can get into.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It would be very funny.
I think he's just gonna creep out a bunch of the women in there by praying for his 500 uncles.
It's 500 uncles. Maybe.
I love
Pretty
that.
funny, though.
Great.
Oh, man. Well, I think that was lovely.
Yes, indeed.
Any questions, concerns, comments about everything today?
Well, aside from when we're doing it next.
Well, I feel the groove getting back into things, so hopefully, and this is a promise, I'll make sure it doesn't take nearly as long as it did.
Okay.
So, what do you say we try sometime next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Wait,
works.
what's next week? What's today's date?
Today is the 13th.
The 13th.
Yeah. And next week we're going to see if we can do another session.
Is next week the 20th?
Yes.
Next week is
Next Thursday would be the 20th, yes.
Oh,
the 20th is Thursday next week.
Why?
can't do anything. 24th, like, of that week.
Okay. So the week of the 24th you can't do anything?
Yeah, or the week after that.
Alrighty.
It's marching band.
Okay.
Yay! I'm excited.
Gotcha.
Totally want to spend the 9 hours at school. Totally want to do that.
Oh, man.
That's
Alright.
60 hours at King Island.
Well, I will write the recap, and
Okay.
I will see y'all sometime soon.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
I'll see you guys. I'm gonna get the recording stopped. Alright.
Alrighty.
Rada, rada, rada.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.